Welcome, little one. This is your first day. Your designation will be RP-01/138. We expect great things from you. You have been born into dangerous times. A sharp mind can be the key to survival. But as often as not, it will be your inherent physical traits that win the day. And in this regard, you will be superior to your more common brethren. For you are a commander, an elite unit, something truly special. Your weapons, your armor, and most importantly, your brothers.
Men, listen up.
Delta Squad, form up.
Forming up, boss.
What is up, my fellow Republic Commandos? It is your boy Trey of the Bat Channel. We are back once again, traveling to a galaxy far, far away with episode 7 of Star Wars: The Acolyte. Yes, I'm still dealing with this silly cold that is just kicking my ass, the last 2 weeks. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we're on the other side of it. I don't know. But, to continue our schedule and not mess with all of our timing, guys, we're doing our watch party. I figured I don't have to do a lot of talking anyways for that. So I appreciate y'all being here, hanging out with me. Nonetheless, guys, if this is your first time hanging out with the Bat Channel for a Acolyte watch party, or really any watch party, I can't show the show on our channel. Disney Plus would take me down faster than I could say, these aren't the droids you're looking for. So you must have Disney Plus. If you no longer have Disney Plus, I completely understand why, if it's because of the show. But if you still have it, or you've done your monthly trial, like, hey, come join us, hang out with us. And it's really just a way to experience it together, kind of give us that theatrical, feeling where you're watching it with other people. You're getting our live reaction with this episode, and we'll have to see how it goes. This should be kind of the flashback episode showing us what truly happened 16 years ago with our main characters, the twins, and what happened on their planet and why all the witches died and why a temple mysteriously made out of bricks lit on fire. We'll find out together. So this is your opportunity to pull up Disney Plus right now. And as Oracle's Clock Tower said, hit that like. Just do it. Let's go through all the pleasantries real quick before we get started, guys. Follow us on one of our social media pages like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, at @_Bat Channel. It's just a great way to get in touch with us, especially if you have questions or you want to send us like really cool articles. Go ahead and do that. Like, I know Beyond the Night has sent us some really cool stuff about the Acolyte and actual answers from one of the writers of the episodes. A few of you have also reached out asking how to use StreamYard. Sure, yeah, hit us up with all those questions. Just a great way to get in touch with us and to tell us what's going on in your life or in ours, Just do it. Just follow us on one of our social media pages. And like Oracle's Clock Tower said, smash that like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And guys, we had some really cool shows coming up for you just in a little bit. We have, my Wonder Wife actually came up to me this morning and she was like, dude, they just came out with a trailer to the new Gladiator movie. She's like, I want to react with you. And I was like, anytime Wonder Wife tells me she wants to be on the show, I'm like, yes. So be on the lookout for our reaction. The trailer just came out today. Might be this weekend when our reaction comes out because I have to do some of the editing. We will be coming out with the Batman Cape Crusader trailer reaction. And of course, on Thursday night, we'll be doing our Acolyte episode 7 breakdown. And then, Sunday, it sounds like Sunday, I think, is going to be the day. We are going to be doing our Twister watch party to get you guys ready for the new Twisters movie coming out next weekend, July 19th. All of our super chats for that stream are going to be going to the American Red Cross to help those, tornado relief, all the disaster relief for all those that have dealt with twisters and tornadoes this year. That Universal is actually partnering up with them. So I'm excited to kind of bring back what we always love to do on this channel, which is a lot of donation streams. So all of our super chats from that watch party will go to the American Red Cross. So make sure you guys set your reminders now for that, because it's going to be a damn good time. And now, without further ado, unfortunately, Super Bro Corey could not join us tonight. He is also feeling under the weather. Not for me. I did not get Super Bro sick. But we still got one of the best people ever I could have on this show. You know him as Mr. Lord Koji. How's it going, big fella?
Thanks for having me here. I was expecting Super Bro, so I was like, I'll finish this one candy. Right. And then you're like, bring me on. I was like, oh crap, chew faster. Thanks for having me back.
How you doing, man?
I'm okay. I've been busy. How are you doing? I was hoping you'd feel better by now.
I know. I'm feeling better, but my voice is still strained. I still have a bit of a cough, and just all of the jazz going on. But
no headaches or anything like that.
Yeah, headaches. The latter of things, So I'm drinking like you mentioned, ginger and lemon tea.
Yes.
And also like a throat comfort tea. So I don't know. Hopefully we feel better soon. I don't know.
Hopefully,
we'll see. Let's go ahead and say hello to everyone in the chat real quick.
What's up, Oracle? I see you, sister.
Kaiju, Crazy Craig, Roland. How you doing, buddy? Restored Snyderverse guy. What's up? Wayne Enterprises. Good to see you, dude. Who's ready to find out that the Jedi are truly evil?
Lord.
Dean Classified says the way the writers view Star Wars, I would not be surprised. Yeah. That Fanatic, what's up? From a certain point of view. King Donkey Kong, good to see you. Atomic Kaiju, Akio Lee, what's up, buddy? Red Robin Yum. I don't know what the episode is yet. I think we'll find out in a few minutes. They usually don't release that information yet. I've heard rumors about what it's going to be, but I always take it with a grain of salt. Oracle, Red Hood Outlaw, Beyond the Night, Carrie Kelly, Joker's Wild, 9 Lives in Hell in here. The Batman Who Laughs says, yo, Trey, have you watched any Shark Week yet? Any new favorite episodes? I have watched some Shark Week. Yeah, we did our Under Paris watch party this last weekend, which was a pretty surprisingly fun shark movie.
That looked cool.
Yeah, it was. I was sad you couldn't make it for that one, but it's wild. It's outlandish. But I have watched quite a few of the new episodes on Discovery for Shark Week. There's one I'm totally spacing what it's called, Batman Who Laughs, but it was essentially they put our shark scientists in a giant whale decoy thing with a glass belly, and they were like tagging sharks and trying to find the mother boss, I think they were calling it, or queen boss, something like that.
What show was that called?
I can't remember I can't remember that. It was like bigger, badder. It was like bigger, bloodier. Something.
Yeah. I want to check that out too.
Yeah, it was a good one. I did enjoy that one. I have seen the great white shark serial killer off of Mexico. Yeah, I've seen quite a few. They're good though. It's entertained me as I've been lying dead in bed. The Butler, good to see you, dude. I'm sticking out. I appreciate that, Butler. I know you especially have not really enjoyed this show, so I appreciate you sticking it out, watching it with us. But and Trevor H, how you doing, big fella? It's good to see you guys. Well, man, I'm excited to see really how they explain this. I get the feeling that I won't like how they answer the question that we've had since episode 3. Koj, do you have any expectations for tonight?
I'm expecting the flashback episode we expected in the last episode. I don't know. Should I save it for when we talk about it in full for tomorrow? But I just feel they're stretching things out. It's a little lackluster. The writing is bad. I'm just kind of trying to anticipate what they're going to do, but in some ways it's obvious, in other ways it's not. And when it's obvious, it's not a good thing. And when they kind of surprise us, it's not even a great thing either. I'm just kind of I'm enjoying the sets. Yeah, sets are on point. I'm excited. Sets.
I agree. I think there has been a highlight of this show. The scenery, the sets have been really, really cool and intriguing. Unfortunately, it's not enough to make the show a star, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I see Beyond the Nights already saying, Trey, it's out, and which we do now have the episode title, which it's called Choice, and the summary of this episode is A Bitter Truth is revealed. So clearly we're gonna get something crazy with the Jedi about
okay, I'm getting an idea. What if they're gonna have both sisters switch sides?
Ooh.
And then in the 8th episode they're gonna fight each other?
Yeah, I could see that.
Like one will fight for the Sith, and then one will fight for the Jedi.
Right.
They have to make a choice. One realizes, oh, the Jedi are cool. Oh, the Jedi are evil. It's gonna be one of those from the other side or something.
Probably. Koj, I know
his father as their homies, and Jackie was killed. It's like, oh, well, if the killer has abs, it's okay to kill my friends. I'm like, come on.
Right, yeah. and that was one of the well, you weren't there with us for the breakdown because I know our timing just didn't quite work this last weekend, but do you want to quickly give your summary review of what you thought about episode 6?
My summary review, episode 6. Wait, we're on 7. Oh, it's the last one. Yeah,
the last episode. Yeah.
I really don't like how. Oh, okay. A summary it's just drawn out. I mean, it took forever for Soul to figure out or act on the fact that that's not Osha, it's May, and then the whole romantic enticing going on with Osha and he's not the Sith. I'm gonna call him the Seth. So our Seth Lord. I thought that was aimed more for sex appeal and trying to make people like the hero, but again, it's ill-placed if you're going to use him as sex appeal. They should have been fighting, and she should have been like trying to get off the island and not going, hey, wait, maybe there's something to this psychopath who killed my one friend and a whole bunch of people I respected. Let's hang out with him some more. It's just like the motives don't really have any weight or sense, and it's kind of, yeah, as the butler says, it's just poor writing. It's not well thought out. I don't know what's going on. I feel like each episode is written with it, not to make fun of like memory loss, but it's like people forgetting their own show that they're writing or what happened before to get them. And it's probably I don't know. It's probably one of the worst episodes for me. Coming off that epic attempt at an epic battle that I feel they showed half or a third of to us. So it's just, yes, Kamir, that's his name. Thank you. Yeah, I just feel that this show is a weird drawn out tease game, worse than what Smallville put me through for 10 years. So at least that had story made sense and characters had motive. This, nah.
That's fair. In the chat, let us know if you guys are ready to go. Because once you are, we'll maybe give you like 3 more minutes and then we'll get started. I always have it set to where all the helmets flash, you know? So we pass all the recap stuff. I don't need to see all the recap again.
You had me rolling in the beginning when you said people probably discontinued their service with Disney Plus because of the show.
Well, I've heard so many. Well, someone was posting an article that basically said like, "Oh, this show's getting like incredible engagement. It's a success," and I was like, "This is one of those instances where I have to ask what type of engagement."
Yeah, if they're looking for engagement in general, then it could be good or bad, You could have a really brilliant movie and then everyone's like, or you could have a really crappy movie and people are like, Like, Gladiator, the first one, that was great. Amazing. Everyone's talking about it. Tommy Wiseau's The Room, so horribly bad. Everyone's talking about it. Having engagement doesn't really reflect quality. And
that's a great
that's
point.
A problem for me.
Yeah, that's it'll be interesting to see because like we mentioned in our breakdown the other day, Leslye, the showrunner of the Acolyte, she has plans for at least 2 to 3 more seasons. I don't know how we're gonna get there and how she's going to be able to gain the confidence of the fans. Maybe this is the episode. Maybe this is the episode once we see how it's explained of really just mind-blowing us. Maybe they Dave Filoni'd us with Ahsoka, like how we all hated her and then it was like, oh, she's actually one of the best, But we'll see. It is a longer episode, so that's good news.
Really?
It said 44 minutes, but that also includes all the credits and the recaps that they do. So,
what's the shortest episode? Was it like 22 minutes?
I think the shortest one, if I recall, was like 36 minutes based off the times they said. But if you cut down all the recap stuff, I think it was like 28 minutes, something like that.
Wow. Okay.
So it looks like everyone is saying they're pretty much ready here. Oracle.
Somebody save me.
All right. Cool. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and get this party started, guys. I'm going to turn off our background music so it's not bugging anybody throughout their experience.
It might make it better, but yeah, good call.
Maybe. We'll see. All right. Okay, I'm going to make sure my thing is ready to go. Yep, I have it. All right, here we go. Coming down in 3, 2, 1, play.
For Super Bro.
Okay.
Oh, I called it. I bet you that's its real hairstyle for Jung Jae Lee, because that looks similar to the funky hairstyle they gave him for Squid Games Part 2 or Season 2.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Shouldn't they use the Force to sense stuff?
I was wondering the same thing.
There's a lot of gadgets here.
Hmm.
It's really good seeing these two actors just act together on screen, by the way. They're both phenomenal. It's just short lived. Yeah, she is.
She's just being honest, you know.
She's the Mace Windu side. Oh, is the tree of the virgin? Maybe? Or just Oh yeah, May was the cruel one to the little creature, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe they're gonna tell us that she's gonna switch to the dark side.
Interesting. He goes off solo.
Hmm. I would have directed him to look a little bit at them like more casually and more cool, not like you know. That was kind of weird.
Mm.
Or maybe I'm being petty. I don't know. Solo soul.
Solo soul.
It's none solo. Blackpink. Yeah, I'm curious about how all these rocks caught on fire, man.
They just, you know,
Now that we're
mop them
back,
up with some oil, you know.
that's the
It's
only way, you
quality.
know. I did barbecue this weekend. You know, I had to put the liquid oil.
You think the
Fire.
thread witches could sense him? Well, maybe they do. I mean, there is that one scene from the third episode where they hear something and it alarms them.
Huh. Oh, so this dude saw everything. If they have the power of many, how come they didn't sense him? Sorry. Music's good.
Oh.
Hmm.
Old mining. I wonder if it's kurtosis.
Hmm.
What up, Darth Plate Me? Hope you're doing well. Any food tonight? No, just drinking tea.
So they're playing this clip all over again? Hmm.
Oh, very.
So they use very Sith or dark side of the Force tactics.
Yeah, seems like it at least.
Because this whole thing tempting one over to the other side with pleasure, and that's dark stuff.
And she's very, I mean, it's very like old witch side, right? She's like kind of luring him in.
Mm. Oh, that's what she did to get him like that. Okay, that was neat. I'm gonna give him that.
So I feel like, but like a weird, like, okay, get on your knees. I'm gonna like use you to be like, I'm torturing him, but in his mind, she's not. So it's like,
No, yeah. But she still messed with his feelings to get him submissive towards her. It's like they're still doing bad tactics, like the dark side of the Force.
hmm.
So this is after they tested them, right?
No, I think it's before, because yeah, this is the scene.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm with you, Carrie Kelly. I haven't really seen any strong indication that would give him a sense of worry for her.
Or just simply what kind of Indara said, like you're letting your own emotions of like basically he wants her for his people. It seems weird though that he would go this length to like
Offer so little.
yeah.
A constant story theme in this story. They need so little to go so far.
Hmm.
I kind of don't like that they're re-showing scenes all over again. It's kind of like a cop out to me. At least show different angles or different point of
Well,
views.
this is actually a different scene because this, as Butler asked, this is May right here.
Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, so that was cool then. More dark side of the force themes, fear, being a tool. Well, he was right. If he sensed that she wanted to be a Jedi, I just don't see where that connection could be in. If they did a little camera thing around them, like sensing something, maybe.
Tormund seems like May he wants out of there. Yeah. It does kind of give you that feeling.
Hmm.
Wait.
That's some weird music.
I wondered that too, Nine Lives. Like what I saw on his monitor, I feel like when I saw it, I was like, wait, is that what she said? Or did he
Well,
just
he lied to her to prove that she knew that it wasn't what it was, if I remember
yeah.
correctly. He would say, "Yeah, you're right." She's like, "No, it's not. It's this." Oh, crap. Now you know that I know that it wasn't true. So he did lie to get her to tell the truth. Why though? M count. Did I miss something?
The midi chlorine count.
Oh yeah, man, yeah. Feel you, Butler. And then I can go back to Coruscant. I need. Never mind.
Oh, I agree. Red Hood Outlaw. That felt like that came out of nowhere for Torben.
This would be one hell of a drinking game if you take a shot every time there's something that came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
like in a bad way. You'd be screwed up in a show. That might make it better. No, I don't condone crazy drinking. But wow, it's funny. Hey, the Asian sister. That's someone I know. She got a line.
Oh yeah.
She got to go to the premiere and all that stuff with the crew. It's cool. Best. Amy Sang. So she got 2 lines in this show. I'm happy for her. Just in general, that's good. Hey, there you go. Maybe he knew, but they still need to tell us that feeling, you know? Like we knew
Yeah.
when Anakin had the feeling of losing Padme. It was very specific and definitive from the
Yes.
beginning. Here it's
That's a
like
great point.
we can't see it. He just I need. It's like, a little creepy. The Wookiee has to cool humans down. That's funny. Did the burning book cause fire to the stone?
I think that's what they're suggesting.
Up the metal too. Oh my gosh. You know, when I cook, I'm really worried about my metal catching on fire. All right, so fire in space and fire igniting metal and rock.
It's in a galaxy far, far away. Who knows how fire works in this?
Oh yeah, maybe this isn't rock. Maybe this is really a bunch of charcoal refined into squares and
Fair
stuff.
point. Maybe so.
Yeah, it's all charcoal. The charcoal castle. And maybe what we perceive to be metal is really just wood. Wait, you just agreed that she should go with the Jedi. Why is she talking like that? That's really May, right? Because Osha's trapped.
Yeah.
So maybe the thing is that their energy is identical to each other, but they just said that they're like one split in two, so it wouldn't be. Or I don't know. I forgot that part. We'll have to talk about that. It didn't sound like it a second ago. So wait. Was the smoke an attack? And then after she got stabbed, she's like, nah, she should go with you, you know. After she said she shouldn't go with this institution, said with like her family. Oh, I'm sorry. This stuff is crazy. Why wouldn't he use his saber? Because she has a weapon. The other one was like smoke, no weapon, and he used his saber to kill her. Why wouldn't he use his saber to fight her? I don't get the choreography
Sees
decisions.
the mistake.
Oh, the charcoal palace. Oh no, the charcoal. It's like they want the drama physically, but they don't really build up to earn it with the characters' mix of motives and decisions. Oh, they controlling the Wookiee. Hey, there's Amy on the left of the alien. Shout out to sister Amy. Hey, we get to see the Wookiee with a lightsaber though. Again, it's so weird when they slice it, like goes through the saber sometimes. It's bothering me. Like right there. Oh, that's better. Oh, maybe that's why he aged so bad. That was a good no. No's are really hard to do though. Oh. Hmm. Oh yeah, the bat channel was right. Or are they all controlling his mind? Is that what's going on?
Maybe or
Oh, Trinity, Jedi Trinity. She's gonna fix him up. Oh, take that, power of many. I'm just trying to. Like we said, Trey, the sets are on fire.
yeah.
uh, oh, did they die or pass out?
It's a great question. I don't know anymore.
Oh, I guess they all died.
So much for the power of many.
And maybe they all go down at once when something happens. All right, here's the reason. Why couldn't he not force save one? What's happening? Is it too hard?
Oh, so he made a choice.
Is this like the good son holding him? Oh, because he couldn't hold both. And that's why he jumped. We just didn't see his struggle. Huh.
Is this where it ends? Okay.
He should have been a Padawan then if that was difficult. You know what I'm saying? But then why would he want an apprentice? It doesn't work. Just stop thinking, Koj. But he was talking about OSHA the whole time. Why did he say twins? They wouldn't lock up like that.
What's up? Take it or leave it. How you doing, bud? I think that's where it ends.
Oh. I feel this should have been like the 4th episode. Or 5th. But then again, we're dealing with what we're dealing with.
I have to, man.
I see what they're trying to go for. They're just not doing it. I think. See, I don't even know. Maybe this is just pure bantha fodder.
It's just. All right. My quick reaction is just like, what? Just like, none of these characters are doing things that make sense for who they are, or like who, when you're a Jedi, you act a certain way. It is uniformed. Soul, like I said from the beginning, he has a weird attachment to his Padawans, but it didn't make sense for the sense of why did he feel she was in danger? What type of any interaction where yes, outside looking in and misunderstanding, but it wasn't even like good misunderstanding.
Like, what did she do that was dangerous to put her life in danger?
Yeah.
Other than bully a little creature that she did.
Just the clear, like, she doesn't want to be there, but it's not like she's showing any sign of abuse or like just like downright like hates her family. It's not that she hates her family. She just wants a different life. She just has different ambitions than to be ascended. So for Soul just to be outside looking in, investigating, scouting, and from maybe an hour of actually watching the girls to come to the conclusion that I think they're in danger. There's going to be a ceremony that I have no idea what that ceremony is about. And then, yes, to have like, it just doesn't seem like the Jedi took their due diligence and actually research and invest. If this is how the Jedi investigate, I'm surprised they didn't have more problems. And therefore, that's why it's like, I can't even, like, to me, they just made the Jedi so unbelievably dumb in this show.
Very noob-like, too.
Yes, that like
it doesn't match up to like Tales of the Jedi. Remember when they had that episode with Dooku and Qui-Gon as the Padawan? Like how they were on a mission and how they conducted themselves. They did very well with that, telling that story. We're not getting any of that here.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting even something like more controversial than what we got. Like, I was expecting something to be completely like, whoa, that was really the Jedi like going against their code. But all this was just a big misunderstanding. Like the Jedi just doing something that made no
sloppy
sense.
Understanding too.
Yes, like, and that just means it wasn't fleshed out. It wasn't, accurately written. It just complete utter like just take it for what it is. And it's like, how? Like we literally saw one perspective in episode 3 with what the girls were actually doing. And then we see the Jedi's perspective here. And it's like, how the hell did they come to that conclusion?
And you know what they should have done also? They should have had the horny mom with the horns. They should have had her get in the head of the Padawan. Right. She's the one who wanted to instigate all this stuff. Because even the other mother, she went back and forth, like trying to be aggressive and getting in his mind and use him for leverage. And then she's like, "No, you should go with the Jedi. Why would you Jedi take her away from the parents and the family?" Oh, she wanted to go. Oh, I'm gonna scare you in this spooky thing, and then make you stab me, and then give you my blessing. It's like it's so
Right.
flip floppy, man.
It's so flip floppy, and like to have like you said, like Mother Anastasia, like what was she doing? Like, what was the purpose of getting inside Torben's mind and messing with him? Like, it really it made no sense from the perspective of what we got in episode 3. It felt like she was torturing him, and that she was trying to like like use him as a threat. Like, see what I'm doing to your Padawan? You better leave my girls alone, or I'm gonna mess your fool up. To have it be like she's in his mind, just being like, "Do you want to go home? Just ask." And it's like, what? What? Like, there's no like clear motive with any of these characters, and I just have to like scratch my head. Like, here's honestly what I'm thinking, and I may be like just reacting too harshly but like after I kept saying, let's just see what they do. Let's just see what they do. It's not a good show so far, but let's just see how they explain this. They've now explained it. And my one thought is like, I don't think I even care to watch the finale. There's no way they can fix the show in a 30-minute episode with the damage they've done with their characters, like regardless of Star Wars canon that they've completely thrown out the door, but like to simply just do what they've done. I don't know. Paul Scott says complete trash. Yeah. Kato.
But what is he
I didn't find any of it confusing, so I think it's a preference thing. You look for red sports cars and you start seeing them everywhere. But see, this is coming from someone who was like rooting for this show. If you watch our trailer reaction, you would know that I was like, this could be an awesome show, And then you just keep seeing the inconsistencies and like preference thing, sure. If you like the show, cool. But like Kato, you got to tell me where are you liking the show? How do you consider this good writing when every single character we've dealt with, none of them they flip flop so many times that like you can't even get them. The only one who didn't flip flop at this point is Kamir and Mother Coral, because Mother Coral still hated the Jedi, and she was the one that actually pulled the trigger, essentially. And it's really, you could blame her for everything that happened. You look for bad writing, and suddenly everything is bad writing. But tell me where it's good writing. Like, explain all the things that if you watch all of our breakdowns throughout 6 episodes so far, you'll see the 7th one Thursday. Explain on the issues I do have, how it's all of a sudden good writing.
I mean, if it's taste based, that's you can never go about that. But what you're saying, what I'm saying, what the chat's saying is it's our criticism of specific parts and things going on that doesn't feel great in what we're used to from this lore. And I could go even critical on like the prequels of Star Wars. I like the story and everything, the adventure, but I can't stand the cardboard acting because I feel the actors' performances were over directed, and that's a part that hurts the prequels for me. But my taste is I do like the Star Wars lore, so I enjoy it, and I find the good, but I do acknowledge the critical part that's not great. Now going into this show, I was really excited because I love lightsaber porn. I like seeing those. I love that stuff, and they're not too bad with the show here and there with that. It's just that the criticism I have with the acting performance in the prequels, here I have it with the direction and writing of the story. The actors here are really good. I just feel that there's these scenes where they take these U-turns story-wise that disrupts the motives of the characters, and that bothers me a lot. Also, the weird science. It's true, Star Wars and science fiction stuff kind of over dramatize stuff, like there's no sound in space, little things like that. But there are certain things that they do not mess with, which with like, oh, I'll just say flat out fire, what catches on fire and what doesn't, and stuff like that. Because if we really hated the show, I think you would have stopped after the first episode. We're slugging it through because we have hope. Where is this going? So there is love, because we do love Star Wars. It's just that as fans, we gotta share what we honestly feel, because of there's too much of the imperfections for us to enjoy it and what we're used to.
Yeah. And I get what Kato is saying here, like it's subjective. Technically, everything is subjective, right?
Yeah, this is art. This is all fictional.
It's all about how you perceive it. But,
That's true.
I think a lot of people are just... I don't know. It's tough for me to say, as someone who has really tried to make sense of the themes of why they're doing it. And I mean, Koj and I especially, we've discussed this show a lot.
We kind of have a whole another show after these, or just in passing.
Yeah, we do. And I mean, we've discussed
goes for hours
behind the scenes, hours of like, okay, like, well, what if this was the reason? And like the reason we create to try to make sense of what these writers are doing with this particular show is like, our reasoning is somewhat better than their reasoning, and yet we still go like, but it still doesn't work. I don't know.
I would say, like, if it's like taste based, like I would say the Batman, the Pattinson man, like that did a whole different depiction of Batman that goes against Rayne, and some people didn't like it, and some people did like it. But so there's like that lore of liberties of being honest to what's been established. See, the thing with Star Wars is it's a huge established world and universe, and kind of like how in this story, how Jedi Trinity, sorry, I'm forgetting the name, she was like there's multiple cultures, we have to respect that. In that sense, there's the culture of Star Wars that should be respected and understood. The thing is, when people rewrite the rules of the world, you're playing a different game disguised as Star Wars. Now, if you're looking at it, who cares about appreciation to the lore? I'm having a hard time seeing what people can enjoy when the characters' motives, be this not even Star Wars, pretend this is about witches and knights, and it says spaceships are all on griffins and ships that fly in the air, and there's like unicorns around, right? And it's not Star Wars, it's the same story. I feel I would still have the same issues with the characters' U-turns of motives and motivations, and lack of sharing what's really driving some of these key characters, especially like Soul. And that's another critical thing, where I like the Batman as a story beginning to end, whatever the creative choices they made, the director tells a solid story, their motives and all that, so it's clean. You know what I'm saying? It's just like in a technical aspect, I'm feeling that there's a little sloppiness and some changes and U-turns. That's what's killing it for me with the story, and
Kato says,
it's too much.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah. Why are you trying to reason the show? Just enjoy the journey. It's not your story, which means follow along for the ride. But if the story, when you're following around, it doesn't transport you somewhere, if you get stuck just seeing the issues with it, of just how it's not smooth storytelling, it's not intriguing storytelling. Like I'm motivating myself to watch it just because I have an issue where I need to know how a story ends. But here I am now sitting here at the, next week is the final episode, and I don't care what happens. I'm not invested in any of them. I was invested in Soul, but like they've written Soul's character has gotten progressively worse of how they treat him to where it's just like he's not even an interesting Jedi anymore. He's just a Jedi that doesn't follow your typical path and made some really stupid decisions, but you also can't blame him for some of them because the witches kind of put him in a weird spot. But like, I don't know. I don't know. But if the ride is garbage, why come back? Yeah. It's hard to say without being insulting, but I really think this boils down to if it isn't simple, it isn't. But see, that's
actually, if you don't mind, I feel this show is too simple. It needs extra complexity to help it. That would keep me more engaged. Because if they went through that effort, that could probably fill in the U-turn motives issues that I have. If they added more context and complexity to it, that would be great. And we have seen that before in Star Wars. I've even read the books like that. So,
exactly, because
no, but it's not wrong to enjoy it. If you found like one of my homeboys, he loves the show, but he also hates the prequels and he hates George Lucas's storytelling. So anything that's done by Disney that's not George Lucas, he's having a ball, and I can tell he's genuinely happy. And I'm not going to rain on his parade.
Well, you know,
if you enjoy it, that doesn't mean you're wrong to enjoy it. You can enjoy anything you want. But some bad films I love to pieces.
To say that if it's not
films I like that people hate,
then it's not Star Wars. Like, to me, it's like that's not true, because there are some complex Star Wars. Like, yes, you're going back to our argument that we had last episode, last breakdown that we did, Kato, where we talk about the good versus evil storyline. But like, Star Wars is complex in a nature, and Clone Wars added some of that complexity. So, and especially Andor was a very complex telling of Star Wars, and it was done well. It was done well that a lot of people agree Andor was one of the better shows ever written for Star Wars.
So I would actually think like the team of Andor, if they were working with this team, this could have been like really something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I would have almost loved to see I'm excited to see how they handle season 2 of Andor, but like with this show, if it's going to continue, they got to get some new people up in there, because they're just not, in my opinion, this is not their jam. I'm sure they've written some other cool things, but this is, for me, this is not working. My motivation from this show is been lagging throughout the weeks, and now I've reached a point of like, I think I'm kind of cool with not seeing the finale.
This show is what got you sick, man.
I won't throw it on that show, but you know, I don't know. Star Wars can be complex. There are certain things that you kind of have to stay true to what the universe and to what the guidelines of what the original writer has done. And we've proven already when you can add complexities to Star Wars and when it works out.
And we've been there before where other storytellers have taken it, like the Timothy Zahn books. Oh my gosh, the layers and complexities and the new characters they brought in. They even had a character who was familiar, like he used the Force like he was a wizard. I'm forgetting his name. He's the guy with the big white hair, has Santa Claus look, and he's got a cloak. But
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, even with Shadows of the Empire, all the game expansions, there's so many people who are not George Lucas who expanded it respectfully. And what I'm saying is, what I'd like to see is done with love. Like, you expand it, and it's like changing the motives and styles or having lack thereof. I don't know. It's just not there.
Yeah.
But Star Wars isn't just simple. It's got a lot of complexities, especially the themes of imperialism and all that. Literally. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I may have to this was the reaction to this episode. I'm gonna have to really sit on this one and kind of think about it and then rewatch it again and figure out maybe I missed something. Maybe there's something to it that makes it more enticing, more interesting, and is actually intriguing. But
I mean, there's some cool stuff like the fighting was pretty good here with the Wookiee Jedi against him. That wasn't that bad.
Actually, me personally, I was a little disappointed by it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to me, it felt the choreography was very much still what we've seen in the sequel trilogy, and I still say the sequel trilogy has some of the worst, fight sequences ever.
I just see how the sabers kind of hit, and then they go through one another every now and times, and then sometimes and then there's pressure. That just bothers me. That's so weird. Oh, I think Rise of Skywalker was on TNT before wrestling one day, and then I saw how Rey and Kylo were like swashing, and there was no hitting. It just went through it, and then they had sparks. Like, oh, that was hard. It's just so weird, and those little parts I didn't like. But aside from that, some of the action was pretty cool here today.
Yeah. Kate is saying it's not that I'm trying to say you're wrong for not liking it, but it's evident that some of these rationalizations that you're bending over backwards not to like it, or it definitely seems so.
How so?
Yeah, I would have to like question you, like to show me like it's because I usually think I'm pretty fair when it comes to stuff. Like I usually find, and that's why finding the reason behind some of that is why I enjoy it. Understanding why the writer made the choice they did, because maybe there's a much grander storytelling that we're not quite evident to, but it's kind of this overarching behind the scenes theme that they're going for, which is why I like doing those breakdowns. I'd like to figure out the hidden imagery, the hidden messaging that they're trying to do with the storytelling, and I'm just not. I watch it as a fan to enjoy it, and then I break it down to find more reasons why I enjoy it. It's why I watch movies sometimes over and over again, because there's a lot of cool things to find that maybe you didn't notice the first or second time watching it. And for this, I see no reason to like rewatch it. I'm rewatching it so I can sound intelligent when I do a breakdown and to find some of those Easter eggs. But I don't know. I get what you're saying, kiddo, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, like you being, it gives us it really challenges us. Like, wait, when am I being too harsh? Did I really see what I see? Did I really feel what I felt?
And you actually did that, Coach, because you and I rewatched it, like the first 3 episodes. We kind of went back to watch them, and you brought up something where I was like, I really don't like that they did this. And you actually said,
which part? That had to be in episode 3.
It was episode 3, because you're like, episode 3 was the most consistent storytelling like that. You could tell they really liked this idea, and they were really honing it in.
So so to help or share with Kato here, when I rewatched episode 3 with you, what I really liked about the whole witch family storyline up until the book caught on fire, I noticed that this whole culture of the witches that the story creators of this put a lot of thought and effort into, because that segment was the only one I felt wasn't rushed. They took their time, and you got an idea of what was going on with the story, what the characters' motives were, even though it was like a family and also a mentor thing going on. And it didn't feel rushed, and it felt very smooth up until that last part. And everything outside of it thus far feels very not really great. And overall, I don't like any of these episodes. It's just that part in episode 3 when they were telling the story of the witches and the kids, because I didn't feel anything was rushed. You could not like it or whatever, but I felt technically it was told pretty well in their thing, and then after that they fell apart. But and also they did a Star Wars rule that was they broke a Star Wars rule, because usually when we hear songs in Star Wars, it's in some alien language, either Goofy Agabukadada or like Laptinek or Jedi Rocks. It's never really English you hear. Even the song Duel of the Fates is whatever. And it adds that alien feel. So when you hear songs sung in English in Star Wars, we're not used to that. It comes off kind of Barney-ish. It's not that really great. But when they were telling the story of the witches, I feel like they really put a lot of effort. It's like, okay, we're bringing this to Star Wars lore. These witches that use the Force in a different way, and they create their own family. Whether you like that or not, again, like our buddy Kato was saying with the taste, I understand that. But when they told the story, technically, I felt all the motives, everything was shined and polished. Maybe that's the thing that they cared about. Everything else around, they were changing as they go, because they had so many weird things happen after that, which I could go in detail at the breakdown. But it was something that wasn't technically bad. If you liked it or not, I would say that would be a taste thing. But if anything, I wish they would take that attention that they did to the witches' origin, their culture, and do it with the whole series. Because I don't feel that with anything else.
Yeah, and I actually really appreciate it, because when you were saying that, when you were watching, I was like, no. And then you broke it down just the way you did now for me. And I was kind of like,
good, because I forgot what I said.
Yeah. And to me, it was like you brought up very good points, because episode 3 was a very fleshed out idea right up until the end, right? But I don't know. It's Acolyte is a show to forget. Overall, it's just meh.
But I'll give him a point though, because they did show he had both of them. Because we thought he could only catch one. We could catch both. He did. Well, it was like that Macaulay Culkin movie, where he was the horrible kid, and then was it Elijah Wood was a good kid or something, and then she had to let go of one of them.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
What is that? Is that The Good Son? I forgot what that was called.
I think you might be right.
All right, I don't know. It was a long time ago, but they did something like that. So technically, they saved Soul from not saving both of them. He actually did. He's
because we did actually bring that up in our breakdown, where it's just like it felt weird to have in episode 1, Soul was able to easily force grab Osha in the first episode, and then to episode 2, where these two little girls, he wasn't able to do something similar. It just kind of showed some inconsistency. But to actually see, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly how I feel about. I think I just liked at that point, it would have been better, in my opinion, if they just didn't show him there until the very end catching Osha. But the fact that he chose Osha over May, it really kind of, I get it. You're kind of put in an impossible situation. So it's like, who are you going to save? Well, maybe you save the person that you've kind of warmed up to, or as they say, grown an attachment to. So that makes sense.
But we need that complexity of why she's so important to him.
Yes.
We never got any of that.
For the get-go, the moment
episode?
he saw her, he was immediately like, she's going to be mine. So I would like
that sounds weird.
It does. It really does, because like he's just following these two little girls, and like he's just immediately like, they're in danger, and it's like, why? It's
like they were doing that, like, going in circles, in the forest. Don't do that to the bug. And he's like, oh my gosh, their lives are in danger.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
I agree, Dark Sky.
Where's the connections to the hypothesis?
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm really gonna have to think about this one. May have to let it sit. Is it the worst episode yet? Maybe. I don't know. I honestly
I think so far episode is 6. I don't like 6. 6 is the one that bothers me the most.
Oh, okay. So the last episode was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to think. This whole show has been kind of meh from the get-go with me, and
But I could see if someone
boy.
who's never seen a lot of Star Wars or even like Star Wars, and this is like their first thing ever, I can see someone liking it. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Koji, as we start to wrap up tonight, so I can also rest my voice.
Yes.
What do you have coming up on your
Let's
show,
have
buddy?
you rest. Well, I'm doing another co-watch party of Train to Busan, coming to a Friday or Saturday near you. Look for my signal when I post stuff online, or just my YouTube page. That's going to be great. You could see it on Prime. If you have premium subscription to Amazon Prime, it's available for free. Otherwise, you could rent it and other stuff, or I will invite you to the backstage to see it. But it's a great zombie film. It's got a sequel. If you like Zack Snyder's type of zombie storytelling, Korean zombie stories are just for you. And on top of that, I'm working on more gaming content and more of my Koj's Corner, my opinions, my outlooks, reactions. I was actually thinking about breaking down the Gladiator 2 trailer as well, because it's looking pretty interesting. And the fact that Ridley Scott is directing it again. And I don't want to spoil it for you, what I saw, but I'm going to break down on my own channel. But yeah, a lot of fun stuff on my thing. I look forward to having you back and continuing the Super Sentai watch party. That's going to be fun. And yeah, that's what to expect.
That's going to be a damn good time. I can't wait to get back to Super Sentai, and
especially after this.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah,
and their Sentai is not even a perfect show either. They have some flaws. They have some issues where it's like, well, that was convenient, and then they brush over some things, So we don't like things because they're perfect, or like we don't like or hate things because of perfection. It's just that sometimes some stories or experiences there are too many bumps in the road to enjoy the ride. Some people are like, oh, this is great, and other people are like, This show for me is like, so
yeah, well, a lot of potholes for sure for this one.
Plot holes.
Plot holes, yeah. Thank you. See, when you have sick brain, it doesn't work. Dark Sky says, and hello, my first time watching, guys. I'm Josue. Pleasure to meet you guys. Oh, hey, Josue, dude. Glad to have you here, man. That's first time as well. Welcome to the Bat Channel. Welcome to the battalion. Always good to see new people and hearing their thoughts. And Jose says, this current episode honestly lost me.
You're not alone.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling that for sure.
Well, plus side, everyone's feeling it, so you're not completely lost.
Right, yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see where they go. But guys, make sure to subscribe to our boy Koj.
And subscribe to the Bat Channel.
Oh, you're too kind, my man.
Well, powers activate.
Powers, like, I don't know, like that.
No.
E.T. Masenko.
Oh no. Like and subscribe to the Bat Channel.
If you like other Star Wars stuff, we have a whole playlist of Star Wars for you to check out, breakdowns, debates that you can check out. But we also talk about a lot of other stuff: Godzilla, Batman, Jurassic World, Jurassic Park, a lot of movie stuff. So we got some really cool content for you if you're tired of the Acolyte. Other than that, guys, don't forget this weekend we will be doing our Twisters watch party.
Yeah,
we're going to be raising money. All the super chats we get for that show are going to be going to the American Red Cross disaster relief fund, to help with all the families that have been hurt by all the twisters and tornadoes that have happened this year, as we get ready for the new Twisters movie that comes out July 19th. So make sure you guys set your reminders for that. And of course, Thursday night, we will be doing our episode 7 Star Wars The Acolyte breakdown, where I'm really going to try to find some cool things about this episode, or maybe where they went wrong, and be able to flesh out that idea a little bit more. But some cool things coming up, and there's only one way to get to it, guys, and that is to smash that like, share this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. I am your host, Trey, with my boy Koj, and don't forget to tune in weekly
Same bat time.
Same bat channel. See you later, guys. Have a wonderful night. See you Thursday.